Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Gotham Knights and the new forming community so far. And I wanted to go ahead and make a statement. Now, the videos that I make about Gotham Knights are videos that are very interesting to me and to you guys. I really do appreciate your input, and I love making videos based on your suggestions because it's fun. It's something that I know you guys have requested, and I know you guys are going to be interested in commenting on and watching. So those are really cool aspects of all of this. But then there's also something else. I am not intending that, we build hype for the game. I'm not a baby anymore. I mean, trailers are nice and, information about games that you're looking forward to are nice, but hype doesn't necessarily do much for us, because here's what I see hype can do. Hype can either give people false expectations or make people get anxious, where they start to place wrong expectations on a game. And this is something that I'm starting to see crop up in the community. So let's jump into this and let's kind of dissect it a little bit. So just recently I was looking on Twitter, and it seems like one of the people that are actually associated with the production of Gotham Knights has basically come out to say that, it seems like people have found a way to personally contact her against her wishes, talking about things they demand to be in the game. This is absolutely unacceptable. No one would in their right minds tell you that this is something that they will condone in any way or in any sense. The game is going to be developed according to the vision and according to the development cycle and expertise that the development company has. There is not much you can do about that. Why? It's not your investment money that's going into it. In fact, I want to be bold enough to say in this video, if anybody can find themselves in a situation where they don't like a game, the easiest and best thing that can be done is to not purchase the game. It's very, very simple. And I'm not trying to be, in a sense abrasive. I'm trying to get us to a point where we're realistic about the game. There are fans of this game that are going to get the game and they're going to love it. And there are fans that are going to get the game and they're probably going to feel a little disappointed about things. But because they're fans, they're going to go ahead and say, we're going to embrace it just for whatever it is that that the game is. I mean, we've been divided on many different aspects of the Batman game franchise. I mean, Arkham Origins is one of my favorite, but I can tell you that there will probably be somebody here in the videos in the comment section who will tell you that Arkham Origins is actually the worst of the Arkham games that they've played. You know what I mean? And, we could go back and forth with those things. They were from two different studios, but we've always embraced the games as part of, what it is that makes the Arkham collection very interesting. I mean, Arkham collection, right? Even Rocksteady would do the Arkham collection and exclude the Origins game from it in many cases. So these are some of the conundrums that we face down the road. The second thing too that I wanted to point out is the expectations that seem wrong, that are in a sense wanting to be interposed on top of the game. So right now, we've talked about games as a service in terms of this game. The developer has come out and said, the creative director has come out and said, this game's not going to be a games as a service. Now, yes, that is basically his statement. From what I'm seeing, I think it will be a light games as a service model because of the limitation to what a lot of games as a service games are doing. And I think that makes it where that control, that hard stop to the level of the games as a service model is what's going to keep the game authentic. That's my position as a content creator and somebody who's looking forward to the game. And I'll explain a little bit more. I mean, I play a game that's a live service game. I play the Division 2. I have a whole different YouTube channel around it. And it's one of those games where you can play cooperative 4 people. You can play some PvP, and there's a lot of content that actually does come with it. And this model, in a sense, has been good and bad, but the game has actually thrived and actually, in a sense, conducted itself for 4 years over 2 titles in that same way. Gotham Knights, on the other hand, is a game where it's more personable. You're only able to play the game with one other person, and there is an element of that actually makes a lot of sense. So let me dive further in, and let's just dig in, okay? So stick with me. There is something about an accomplice that really does work in video games. Let me tell you how studios leverage this. They leverage this either by using AI companions, or they leverage it by using AI human beings who could play with you while using other characters. I think because of the nature of this game, Gotham Knights, because of the development and everything that, the development team is trying to put together, they have then taken that aspect of the, the collaborative aspect and put it in the hands of the players. So rather than you going on a mission with Batgirl and, having an AI, what's their name, Robin, or an AI Red Hood following you, which some people have said they want, they've given that option to a friend of yours or somebody who, you most likely want to experience the game with, which now makes it much more personable. You see, that personable aspect of things is very beautiful in a very good sense, because even in the other game that I play, I've seen it being enjoyed. Even though, yes, we play 4-man and 8-man missions in many cases, it's still really nice. We get to enjoy that personal relationships that we build as gamers. I think this is another layer of that, where now that circle has been cut very small and the agency of the companion mechanism is now given to the player. So this is actually a very good thing. I think what the fear is many are scared that what happened with Marvel's Avengers is going to happen with this development team. Please note that a lot of the Marvel Avengers team and the people who made that game don't necessarily have a lot of experience with kind of that concrete and authentic nature of superhero games, whereas Warner Brothers Games Montreal has a good amount of experience with it. So these are some of the things that we need to bank on what this game is going to be, rather than jinx the game, or rather than put the game in a poor light before the game is even released. It's all about the waiting game. And I think as the community, for most of us, we're ready to wait as long as it takes. Yes, there's a little bit of excitement, but at the same time, it's something that's really interesting. So I wanted to make this video to say the best position to be right now is to be playing and enjoying other games that exist out there. Pick up the old games, pick up the games that are not so old. There are all kinds of subscription services that you can get right now if you don't want to leverage, a lot of money up front. Game Pass is actually bringing in some really, really good additions to it if you have Game Pass. If you have PlayStation and PlayStation Plus, some good games are coming in. If you have, a PC, Steam sales are going on, Ubisoft sales are going on. It's really important right now that this is what we occupy kind of our entertainment time with, the small time that some of us have, or if some of us have more time. And this is going to basically reduce the anxiety overall. So I'm really excited, and I just wanted to share that excitement with the community. And that's why I decided to go ahead and try my best to do daily posts and do these videos to keep us talking about the game, because it's very exciting. And most of all, I really do appreciate you guys as a community for even supporting me and even, joining me in this venture. So as a community, we're hoping for the best. We're hoping that this game actually does well. We're hoping that even though it may be, we may think it's a games as a service or not, that it's going to be one of those perfectly executed games as a service games. Let's just keep our mindset on the positives. And for sure, most of us are. I'm not saying we aren't. In fact, I'm celebrating the fact that most of us are, and so we're hoping that we're going to see something pretty cool out of this. So thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. This is so nice. If you enjoyed the content, consider joining the community. Hopefully we'll talk in another video. Thank you very much. Peace out.